and welcome to the second last installment of the Transfer Time podcast with me, AJ Johnston. In today's podcast, we'll be talking about Juventus, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Ajax, DC United, Inter Miami, and LA Galaxy. So let's get started with Juventus. Giorgio Chiellini has signed a new contract with Juventus until June 2023. He is staying as captain and is expected to take part in the World Cup in Qatar with Italy next year. Juventus has also signed Kaio Hore from Santos. Official statement confirms that the team have offered what we wanted. Juventus will pay £1.5 million now, £1.5 million next year, and £1 million bonus. He will fly to Italy this week, contract until 2026. Newcastle United have asked Juventus by Aaron Ramsey. Transfer as Welsh midfielder is linked with the Premier League return. They are still chasing Serie A defender Locatelli, supposed to be Juve's next acquisition, could be dependent on Daniele Rugani's future. There are rumours that Juventus are looking at Champions League champions Chelsea for Locatelli alternative, and that alternative is Timmy Bakayoko, who had a loan spell at Napoli last season. However, they have struggled to come to an agreement with Sassuolo for the midfielder. Moving on to Bayern Munich, Leon Goretzka. Apparently the future of Man United midfielder Paul Pogba is uncertain. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to line up a replacement. However, the Bayern manager Nagelsmann recent comments have dampened Red Devils' hopes of tempting Goretzka to the Premier League. Bayern and Dortmund are keen on Chelsea and LFC transfer target Federico Chiesa. The player is valued at around £85 million. West Ham are eyeing a move for Bayern Munich's Quentin Tolisso, according to reports from highly reputable German media outlet Sport 1. Juventus are apparently also interested in the player. There are reports that Bayern Munich have approached Florian Neuhaus about a move next summer. Liverpool are also in the mix too, according to the Bavarian Football Network. Oliver Kahn feels that Bayern Munich don't need any more transfers and believes that the team squad is good enough as it is right now. In terms of incomings, so far Bayern Munich have signed Omar Richards from Reading and Dayet Palmiciano from RB Leipzig. In terms of outgoings, David Alaba, as we know, has joined Real Madrid. Jerome Boateng and Javi Martinez have left the club and now are free agents. Moving on to Dortmund, and Chelsea are still interested in both Lukaku and Erling Haaland. They've already had 2 bids rejected for both players. Both of those bids were cash plus player deals. However, Romelu Lukaku has come out and said, "Please accept a suitable offer on my behalf from Chelsea." Anyway, but this is about Dortmund, and Dortmund have their successor to Sancho. Agreement with PSV Eindhoven over the transfer of Donjel Malen is now imminent. Talks with Marcel Halstenberg is inconclusive from the RB Leipzig right defender, and FC Cologne are interested in signing Stefan Tigers on loan. Dortmund are also reportedly interested in signing Juventus centre-back Mir Demiral. According to Fabrizio Romano, Atalanta are also interested in the player as an option if Christian Romero leaves. We already know he is leaving. He's currently in his second part of his medical, and will fly to England to sign for Spurs. The price tag for Demiral apparently is €35 million, which is around £30 million. And now moving on to Ajax. Unfortunately, ex-Ajax star Joey Hedran dies after being shot at the head in a party, and we already know about Noah Sir dying in a car crash. Watford have rolled out selling £15 million goalkeeper following Arsenal and Ajax interest. Recent reports from Carlisle side say Ajax and Arsenal were both interested in signing Watford goalkeeper Daniel Bachmann, who joined Watford in 2017 following a free transfer from Stoke. Despite being at Watford for 4 years, he's managed to feature in 28 senior matches and still has 3 years left on his contract. 2 weeks ago, it says, according to the news report, 2 weeks ago, signing striker was linked to Manchester United, was set to complete this €15 million transfer to Ajax. Now that deal has fallen through. And that player is Cameline Sulmana. Sulmana, on 16th of July, signed a 5-year contract with League One team Rennes. Now moving on to the MLS, and starting with DC United, there is a report that DC United are interested in Tigres midfielder Jordan Sierra. In terms of incomings, they have signed forward Nigel Robertha and have acquired Giovanni Bolivar on a one-year loan, as well as goalkeeper John Kempen, which relates to the trade with Columbus. In terms of outgoings, Paul Arriola has joined Swansea City on loan, and more incomings include Brendan Hines Ike on loan from Belgium and have added him to the initial roster, as well as Yuri Riena from Vancouver, when his transfer fee is supposed to be around £327,000. Next is the LA Galaxy. Yoni Gonzalez is on outgoing. The right winger has joined Benfica on loan. The transfer fee is supposed to be around £378,000. Derek Williams, their centre back, has moved to Blackburn on a free. The goalkeeper Jonathan Bond has also moved to West Ham on a free. O'Neill Fisher has joined DC United on a free. He is a right back. And Christian Pavon has gone back to Boca Juniors. LA Galaxy, however, is set to sign Serbian forward Dejan Jovelic. They have also signed the midfielder Ryan Reveloson and sent Giancarlo Gonzalez on loan to Alavahanes. Next is Inter Miami. According to Carlisle side, Arsenal star Willian misses out on Inter Miami transfer over eye-watering wage demands. They pulled out move for Arsenal veteran over wage demands, and Inter Miami is still looking for transfers before the end of the window. 1 month ago, this story was posted that Burnley had taken the lead over Watford and Inter Miami in a race to sign veteran and Serie A defender Ashley Young. However, we know now that Ashley Young has joined Aston Villa on a free from Inter. Manager Phil Neville has shot down any rumours of interest in Real Madrid ace left-back Marcelo. Another news story has just come in over the last hour. Jack Grealish has completed a medical at Manchester City ahead of his proposed £100 million transfer from Aston Villa. So that's all 7 clubs talked about for this instalment of Transfer Time. But seeing as it's the second last instalment, I think it would be a good idea to do a Premier League wrap. So let's get started with Arsenal. Their player Granit Xhaka is close to signing a new contract with the club. Aston Villa are hoping to sign Man United defender Axel Tuanzebe, and they're also interested in a loan move for Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham, who spent 2 previous loan spells with the club. As we already know, Chelsea are currently interested in trying to sign Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku says the Inter Milan he'll accept any suitable bid for him. Crystal Palace are interested in signing Arsenal forward Reece Nelson on loan. James Rodriguez is unsettled since the departure of Carlos Ancelotti, and the club's Everton have said he's allowed to leave the club if the right deal is presented. Arsenal are interested in James Maddison, they may have to offer a cash plus player deal in order to meet the evaluation. Moving on to Liverpool, as you already know, Alisson has signed a new contract as well, which adds him to the list of Fabinho and Alexander-Arnold. Alisson has signed the contract until 2027, Fabinho until 2026. Well, I've already spoken about Manchester City, so let's move on to their rivals. Manchester United, they are in talks with Tuanzebe's representatives over extending his contract before letting him go on loan. Moving on to Newcastle United, Yoshimaru Muto has left the Newcastle United by mutual consent. In terms of Spurs, they've agreed to deal to sign Atlanta defender Christian Romero, who's currently doing the second part of his medical in Italy, and then he will fly to London in 24 hours to complete his move. Several championship clubs want to sign Andre Gray, the Jamaican striker, has 1 year left on his contract. Moving on to the Hammers, it looks like they are unlikely to pursue a deal for Kurt Zuma as the valuation. Moving on to West Ham, and it looks like the Hammers are unlikely to pursue a deal for French and Chelsea defender Kurt Zuma. It looks like the valuation and personal terms proved to be an issue for the teams. So that is it. That is the second installment of the Transfer Time podcast with me, AJ Johnson, finished. The final podcast will be on Sunday, where I'll be talking about 7 clubs, same as usual, and at the end I will be doing my top 10 transfers of the summer 2021 so far. And on Sunday for the final podcast until the next transfer window, I will be talking about Carlisle, Newcastle, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Derby County, Norwich City and Brentford. Until then, goodbye.